which you conquered.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But if you faced a challenge in your life and you found through that imagination, courage, and fortitude, then M8Z wants to hear from you and to have you tell your story in your own words, because this is going to be marketed to other kids like yourself as a source of inspiration. The documentaries are designed to be short. They are made for children from a child's point of view. That's the key point.
And how old the child needs to be.
You only need to be 10 or 12 years old, but this gives you your chance to be in front of a camera and to take control of how you deliver your message and your story to other kids. If you are interested, then you should contact Preeti Balakrishnan at pbalakrishnan@m8znetworks.org by September 15th, and you can certainly get more information there as well. You know, it would be great to see an Indian American or anyone from our South Asian community participate in this to tell their story, because I'm sure we all have interesting stories if you've come here certainly as an immigrant.
Every immigrant has a lovely story to tell, things that they conquered. Folks, Capitol Hill every year has a contest. Who are the 50 most beautiful people that work in and around the Capitol? 3 South Asians were part of that list.
Nice.
There was one young lady, her name is Anu Vakalanka. She's from Netherlands and India. She has a website called Indian Makeup Diva. She says, I'm an Indian. I came out of the womb wearing an eyeliner.
I like her already.
You know, she said it makes the world a better place because it's pretty, and it makes you look pretty in a moment. It makes you feel girly and fun and cute.
You know what's great about your list, especially about these 3, is that 2 of them are men.
One is Amit Bhaga. Of course, he's interested in clothing.
Very nice.
And the second one is Vinoda Basnaike. I think I know him. He's a lawyer with Patent Box. He's a lobbyist. And he's interested in music. He's from Sri Lanka, so he goes to Sri Lanka and plays music up there too. So all 3 of them
are well-rounded. They don't just work on the Hill, but they have other lives too. I think this is great.
And they're beautiful.
Well, you know, it is challenging enough to find a date, but it's even harder to establish your compatibility with them, especially if you are actually living together. This is just a funny article in the Wall Street Journal about our sleeping habits. You know, we always just assume that if a couple seems happy together during the day, they must be happy at night too. That's not actually the case, because there's a lot of couples who fight in bed about the sheets, about the temperature, about the level of light in the room, about one person.
You take too much space.
Exactly. All those logistical issues.
You kick me all the time.
That's right. You know, we parody this stuff in our sitcoms and so forth, but it's a real challenge for couples who have to deal with these issues, especially if one works during the day, the other works at night, and they don't have compatible cycles during the day. It can be a real challenge, and it can cause real strain on the marriage. So these are a few of the suggested things to do to save your marriage, to make sure that you're happy sharing your queen, king, or whatever size bed you have to share.
For the man to move to the closet?
Well, that's one of the prescriptions is, you know, it's okay. We always assume that you have to stay the entire duration of the night together, but in fact, you know, where you really need it is when you're going to sleep and when you're waking up. Yeah. In the middle, you really don't want to have somebody right next to you because you might be hot, you might be cold, and this is okay to do. So couples have actually started doing this, the ones that have real problems, sleeping apart. They actually have 2 bedrooms, but they'll come in and make time for each other in the morning or in the evening. If you're suffering from light issues, the author suggests wearing a mask. You know, this actually works. I've known several people who've had issues just falling asleep because of the level of light. Wear a mask. This one even says use your own sheets and blankets and actually put 2 beds, I Love Lucy style, next to each other with their complete independent bedding so that you don't fight over it. You know, if you're having trouble, just know that you're not alone. There's a lot of people who have the same trouble you do.
We all do, but we certainly recommend everyone to get 8 hours of sleep any which way you can.
Well, folks, that's about all we have for you today. But once again, please remember today is 9/11. It is the 9th anniversary of 9/11, and we hope that you all will find a way to make this a day of service, to remember all the victims, and make it a part of your weekend.
Namaste.
Namaste.